Hi, for today's teardown we have this. It was less than 20 euros on eBay from Belgium. What is it? Quite heavy and sturdy electronic box, and it is called the Electronique Aerospatiale emitter receptor, so transceiver TR800RM, serial number 2191 from 79. So Electronique Aerospatiale is a French brand of aircraft electronics, but oddly enough it does not seem to be a particular aircraft design. You can see it seems rather be made to mount in a rack. So I believe this might be actually ground communication equipment for control tower or something like this. And the seller has several of them available. So we have a front panel with a circular connector, a securing device here, handle to pull the module out if you want to swap it, your manufacturer plate. The sides are made of just aluminum panels with some access to controls here. Big built-in heatsink with, as you can see, apparently some power transistors screwed in here, and on the back more power transistors or voltage regulators, and connector with antenna, a coaxial plug, nice golden part here. Okay, interesting, not something usual. So I will remove the covers and we will find out what we have. Let's start by this one, which has only 4 screws. So apparently it is a radio system, probably for control tower. Very, I think we'll have a rack with a bunch of them to allow the air controllers to talk to several aircraft at the same time and select. So we will have a bank of them remotely controlled to tune to the frequency you want. It's probably something like this, and they are easily replaceable because you need continuity of service, of course. So just a regular aluminum sheet here, and we have already very nice things you can see. But first I will take apart everything, because it seems it will be necessary to have a detailed look. So let's continue to undo the panels. This one, top panel, apparently some kind of a modular construction, at least. Very nice. I am missing a screw, yes, here. Okay, here we have a top cover that will reveal more circuit boards. So what next? It is actually quite complicated, this thing. I believe I can unscrew the back plate here, at least. We have a little cover here. We will check it real quick because it is separate from the other things, so maybe I can install it immediately. What do we have here? Okay, quite how you doing? Some more transistors on voltage regulators mounted like this, you can see. Also tantalum capacitors here, the power resistor mounted on two insulated parts here, screwed directly like this to the main aluminium chassis. Interesting. I will put this aside like this. So let's continue. I want to disassemble. Apparently it is all a modular construction, so it should be possible to take it apart quite nicely, I guess. Let's undo the back panel. Oh, this screw is not even tight. A lot of screws, but it should allow to take it apart completely. They are all of different sizes, by the way. Okay. Okay. Very unusual stuff for sure. And it was less than 20 euros, so really a good deal for unusual equipment. I did never see it before for sale on eBay, by the way. But considering we have, as you can see, hybrids, I might even consider purchasing more of them just to be able to open one of the hybrids. We'll find out. Okay, so this should come off more or less. No, because it is secured in some way here. So apparently now this front part should pop out. If I undo more screws here, yes, it is quite well, but they did include the two screws here at the bottom. It should come off. And okay, very easy here. So we have this front piece with the main connector, as you can see, and one more LM something device here, and in particular area of interest here was 4 hybrid modules by SIT Alcatel, date code 78. I can see a gold base plate and the gold pins, 4 of the same kind, so probably some kind of filters or amplifiers, something like this. Sadly I cannot open one with no damage. Very interesting. And thick front panel here, as you can see, big screws to secure the handle. Quite unusual mounting of the wires here, but the main area of interest for sure are those 4 things, which I did not expect at all to find, so it is a nice surprise. Okay, we continue or try to. This back plate is secured. Okay, I see. It is actually securing the connector to the front module here. So if I undo the 2 screws here, two long screws, yes, it will release. So like this, and it will release the complete back panel. So now obviously we have this module which is separate from the other ones, and which apparently contains the power transmitter transistors. This one should come off also pretty easy. Yes, so nice modular construction in this thing. I am very curious to see what we will have in these boxes, by the way. Okay. Okay. Very, very nice. Okay, very easy. Really cool. So we have here the main power amplifier thing. You can see super modular construction with a little access panel we will undo immediately. So here super tiny screws. I hope this screwdriver will be good enough. Yes. And obviously they were never removed before. So since 79 nobody has been inside. The suspense is terrible. What do we have in here? Pretty thick cover at least. Okay, one screw remaining. Nice unusual connector you can see to connect this part. Here with two coax and these contacts. Okay. So pretty much what I did expect actually. Looks like any radio transceiver power amplifier. TRW power transistors with gold contacts screwed to the main aluminium part here. Some unknown device here. Potentiometers. Okay. And all surface mount you can see. So quite nice, but nothing unexpected. Quite common equipment here. Blue tantalum capacitors, inductors like this, and ceramic capacitors with a big one here mounted like this. You can see. Okay. So I will put this back together and we will go to the next part. So here we have apparently two circuit boards on one extra module mounted onto a motherboard here with some relay here, fuse. But the main thing is to extract the circuit boards. So for this purpose I need to disconnect here and here and here and here. I was not it was not necessary to cut the things here, so it is good. And it should pop out like this. So we have one board. Oops. Little bit of damage here. So first circuit board. Okay. Second one. like this. And third one. Okay. Here we are left with quite a flimsy construction. More gold pins. And you can see this back piece is secured here by more screws and one connector. Obviously the power supply part of the thing with big capacitor. Okay. So what do we have here? First this middle circuit board, because it is the least interesting, I believe. QN 5 transistor, some Motorola op amp, and probably the most interesting part will be this. What is it? Maybe adjustable capacitor. Yes. Some old school. You can see the ICs, by the way, on this board at least, are plastic ICs. No military grade ceramic ICs. On this board has part number, but no information about what it does exactly. Some micro switches here, tantalum caps. And it is all. I can immediately reinsert it in place, so it will be out of the way. Okay, it is done. So we are left with these two overboards. This one here we have a number of mid-grade ICs with Motorola MC series, so probably I guess it might be the frequency selector logic or something like this. You can see we have bus bars under these ICs. They are not socketed, by the way. One more tantalum capacitor here. Still no information about what it does, but you can see this board is into a metal box, completely shielded. So let's try to undo this cover. No idea what I will find in here. One screw is not coming. Wow. Okay. We have this, one more of those TRW high frequency transistors. Super nice glass body diodes here with gold pins. And a weird construction here, you can see. Will you see it? They did mount a ceramic surface mount capacitor vertically here, here also, with another part in parallel. Really unusual. Okay, interesting and not expected. Okay, I will reinstall this cover and we will go to the last box. So here, last board, more Motorola round ICs, and you can see two shielded modules actually. So this one is just a cover over the back of the circuit board, but in here we might have interesting stuff. So again, a number of screws to undo. here we are. Okay, it's probably the main high frequency part with filters and things like this. Super nice total amp capacitor here again. So the core of the radio. Here we have probably a crystal oscillator. Okay. So pretty regular set of components actually. You could find the same thing into a vehicular, a car radio, a police radio, or something like this. Not specifically aircraft grade, because most probably it is for use in ground equipment, but still interesting and pretty nice stuff. Okay, so the most interesting parts were probably those obscure hybrids. So it is possible to crack one open, but it will be one way, sadly. And they are usually pretty difficult, because you have to either sand the edge here all the way, or saw all the way without damaging the contents, which is sometimes quite complicated. Another way to process is attack the corners here all around to detach just the cover, or sand completely the cover until it peels off this face at least. It is quite a lot of work, but I believe it is the safest way to proceed. Okay, so I will put this thing back together, and it will go in my storage for God only knows how many years. So, thanks for watching, bye bye.